Christian, in the heart of spring practice, just give the fans an idea how things have gone from the offensive side of the ball. What do you like about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, I think offensively we're really focusing on a lot of things that we learned from last year, taking the things that we did well, building on them, and then taking the negatives that we had and making sure that we're finding time, whether it be on individual periods or team periods, just sort of throwing a couple things in there, a couple wrinkles that we feel we need to work on, and making sure that we're building on those as well. So I think it's just more of a development of the process, us getting to know what we're doing, and sort of the vision that Coach Donovan has for us for next year, and just sort of building on that and getting back into the swing of things. And I think now, whatever it is, practice 6 coming up, 7. We have a good amount of stuff, a general idea what we want to do. So it's been going really well.
It certainly looks like guys are just a lot more comfortable. Obviously, year 2 versus year 1, it seems like guys know how practice is going to be structured, that type of thing. But when you see the type of potential that's out there with the playmakers and the passing game and the running game, what do you like about that group?
I love how hard these guys have worked. Last year was tough for them. A lot of these guys, Chris Godwin, Saeed Blacknall, Deshaun Hamilton even, it was their first season really being featured guys and their first season ever playing college ball. So being able to understand the process of that and the nicks and bruises that you have and the grind basically of the entire thing, having to go through it and the steps that you have to take each week to make sure that you're not only healthy with your body, but you're also prepared as you can be mentally, and the expectations of walking into some stadium on Saturday and making sure you go out and execute. So I think that process and that experience has helped us, and these guys are coming in with a new focus. They've worked extremely hard this offseason. We have as a unit, and I think that's starting to show this spring. We've been on page with a lot of things that the coaches have thrown at us, whether it be new additions to the route concepts or whatever. We've been on page where they've been able to make the adjustments quickly and be able to execute them crisply.
Another area too, it certainly looks like it's taking a big step forward, is up front. The guys up front, how much have they grown in the weight room and then on the practice field?
Yeah, you can see guys, again, last year a lot of guys were forced to play for the first time, and that's so tough, especially up there with the amount of focus that teams are starting to put on the defensive line and the defensive fronts in the box in general. There's guys that are strong, fast, can do it all, and they have a bunch of stuff going in, whether it be twists, stunts, blitzes, that these guys have to see and adjust to on the fly. And last year that was difficult, and you could sort of see it with them, but they started to get it towards the end of the year, and I think that this off season they've put in more work than I think they ever had before in the weight room, and making sure that they're physically fit enough, whether it be cutting body fat and increasing lean muscle, whatever it is. These guys have made tons of strides in those areas, and I think that's only going to help their performance on Saturdays, and you can definitely see the difference it's making now in spring, and that's good. So there's another circuit here in the summer coming up before camp, and I think that's only going to help and aid in the process of them just keep becoming more comfortable within the scheme and seeing things and understanding what they have to do.
Finally, for you personally, what type of areas do you feel like you've taken a big step forward in this spring? What were you working on?
For me, I really wanted to look back last year. I feel like I had my mind on a lot of different things last year, spread out throughout the entire offense. And I think now, with everyone kind of coming along and taking those steps, I could sort of focus more on myself and be a little selfish this spring and work on what I need to work on, because there's always things that I can do there, and that's been a big focus for me, whether it be Mondays making sure I'm doing well with my mechanics and my footwork, and then Tuesdays making it a big focus on my reads and my mic points and making sure that those are all sharp and on point, and then Saturdays making sure I have everything on point, pre-snap reads, post-snap confirmations, and being able to go out and execute. So for me, it's just continuing that process of getting better at all those things, and at the same time being able to also work on my individual game and make sure that that's improving, because I know that these guys are going to hold me to a high standard because I'm doing the same for them. So I think that's something that's been awesome for me, being able to do that this spring.